What's going on? We in this bitch. We live. Right? So I'm just on the staircase doing a little practicing. Right? Yeah. I figured I would talk to you guys about a little topic. Right? Now, understand that these thoughts run through my head all the time, and I go into great detail on my own time. I'm just gonna do what I naturally do on live. You feel me? I'll articulate it the best that I can. And here we go. So yeah, rich mind, poor mind. Like what immediately comes to mind, right, is like the way people would assume, most people would assume what I mean when I say that, right? Or just the idea of rich and poor, right? So when we think about the idea of rich and poor, we think about somebody who has a lot of money and somebody who has no money, right? And basically, what I want to speak about is the fact that the only difference between the rich man and the poor man is not necessarily the fact that the rich man has money and the poor man doesn't, right? Because if we understand energy and we understand, organic matter, we start going into the sciences, which I won't do too much because I understand that that's not what a lot of people like to do in their free time is like study science. But it's something that we should all get into because science is all around us, mathematics, just understanding our environment, like that is science. We are, products of science, or just we are a part of the study of science, whether we like to believe it or not. Our biology, our psychology, all of these things go into what it is that I'm speaking about. So, yeah, like when we think about money, money is just a man's idea. You feel what I'm saying? Money is somebody's idea. Somebody created money, right? And then we think about the organic matter that made money, right? Tap the viewer. I don't even know what this is saying to me. It's saying a bunch of stuff to me. I'm ignoring it. Okay, so yeah, we think about the men who made money and where they got it from, right? So paper is made from trees, which is, a living organic matter. So we cut down trees, we cut down real life, and then we make money, right? Man manufactures money. And then we give this to people to exchange goods. But what we don't understand is that all the money is doing is empowering you to have different thoughts, right? And I'll go into this and how this is a reality, because when you think about it, if you had no money, right, and then somebody walked up to you, you start to get happy. That's what most people would do, right? And the reason why is because somebody has told you that this money has value, right? For somebody who doesn't know what that piece of paper means, like if you give that piece of paper to a child, that child won't even understand the value of what it has in its hands. You feel what I'm saying? Even though children are starting to understand the value of money, faster and faster, because that is what they're being programmed to believe, understanding money. And, I'm just thinking about rich kids, people who come from rich families and how they teach their kids the value of money early on, you feel me, so that they can know how to manifest that later on in life, but that's a different subject. But basically, it's like you wouldn't even know the value of that money unless somebody taught it to you, you feel me? So now let's take somebody who, understands the value of money. So we talked about somebody who doesn't understand the value of money, and then somebody taught them. Let's talk about somebody who does. Somebody who does understand the value of money, you give them the money, now they understand that they can use this for something, right? They can use it because they understand that thought that has been programmed into their mind for them to understand that this money is valuable and I can use this to exchange goods. That thought is triggered, that thought in their brain is being triggered, and now they understand that they can take that money and go do what they will with that money and buy something or whatever, right? But all the money did, that's what I'm trying to distinguish to you guys, is the money did not empower the human being, really. All it did was trigger a thought. You feel me? This is gonna go over some people's heads, but I'm just trying to make it very intricate for you guys. It's all it did was trigger that thought that made you understand that this has value, and now you can go do something with it, right? So I had to get that out the way so that we can go into it deeper. So just to get you guys to understand that money doesn't really have any like real like monetary value. You feel what I'm saying? Like it doesn't really have any value as far as life goes. You feel what I'm saying? All it does, somebody has to teach you what it does and the value of it in order for it to have any value, right? So that's a thought. The thought has value, because if you didn't have the thought to understand that this was valuable, then you wouldn't even know what to do with that money. That piece of paper would have no value. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, let's move forward. So now that we understand that, we think about somebody who has a rich mind and a poor mind. Now here's what I mean when I say it. What I mean is like somebody who has a rich mind means that they have pure thoughts. Right? This is where it gets dope for me. You feel me? It's like somebody who has a rich mind is somebody who has pure thoughts, pure intentions. Somebody who has a poor mind, who's somebody who thinks negative, has negative, unpure thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? Because when we think about all of the things and all of the entities that vibrate on high frequencies on this planet, as far as Earth goes, things like trees, things like, you know, the dirt, things like, you know, animals who live in alignment with nature, like these are operating on very high frequencies because we're living on a biological specimen as far as Earth goes, you feel me? And anything that's not living in alignment with the Earth is not vibrating on a high frequency, you understand? And when you're vibrating on a high frequency, all you're having is the purest of thoughts, you understand? So, yeah. So somebody who has a rich mind, you would think that it's somebody who you have a rich mind if you have a lot of money. No, you have a rich mind if you're living in alignment with the universe and if you're living in alignment with the laws of nature. But see, people, I can understand how people would, you know, say somebody has a rich mind. That may make somebody believe like, okay, they have a rich mind because they have a lot of money and therefore they have a rich mind. It's like, no. But I'm going to tell you what money affords you to do. You feel me? Money, if you understand the value of it, it affords you certain luxuries in life. You understand? Really, for somebody who's vibrating on a very high frequency, you understand that money doesn't mean shit. You feel me? But just because we live in a world where, you know, capitalism is forced onto us and economics is forced onto us, we have to understand the value of money. Otherwise, if you walk around just taking things from stores, you're going to jail. Niggas are going to throw you in jail. This is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to throw you in jail if you go inside of a supermarket and, like, take food if you're hungry. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So, yeah. Hey, look at my brother. What's going on, Aj? It's funny. I'm always thinking about my brother. So, yeah. But, yeah, so it's like, yeah, if you go into a store and you take the food that's rightfully yours, like if you're starving and you're hungry and you go inside a store and you take it, niggas will arrest you and throw you in jail. You feel what I'm saying? Because they've created the idea. They're like, all right, we created money. This is the value of money. And, you know, we're going to give it. You have to go slave and we're going to give you money if you slave for the system. And if you don't slave for the system and you're hungry, you just got to be hungry. It's like, what? And then you go into the store. You said nigga looking like J. Cole. You feel me? Yeah, no, J. Cole is woke as fuck. Like, J. Cole is on some other shit. One of the realest rappers in the game right now. Like, you feel me? But, yeah, like, it's really wild. So back to the topic, it's like rich man, poor man, right? So, like I said, the rich man is the person that has the purest of thoughts, the most positive, high frequency thoughts, you feel me? And the poor man is the person who has the most negative thoughts, and those are the people who are living out of alignment with the universe, right? So I have these notes. I don't know if it's gonna allow me to go to my notes and then come back. So I don't, just to like not risk it, I'm just gonna speak on it. It's like, from what I can remember, is like I use this example, right? Because I have people in my family who stress themselves out over bills. You feel what I'm saying? They stress themselves out over, you know, wondering whether or not they're going to be able to pay their bills on time. You feel what I'm saying? And me having a very rich mind, because I choose to fill my mind with very positive and high frequency thoughts, I'm looking at this person and I'm like, yo, to be honest, first of all, you can't change your predicament right now. You feel what I'm saying? You have no control. Like, that's what, like, if you look like me, you've been subconsciously programmed to believe that you have no. And then it's funny because I'm so, oh man, I can't even come down, like, because I be thinking so high, it's hard to speak down on, in certain levels, like when I try to speak about things. But it's like people think that money is real. People think that it's real. People think that it's actually real, right? Let's just say that. People think that it's very real. People think that bills are real. People stress themselves out over these thoughts that people have created. You feel what I'm saying? People have created, a man has created money, created the value of it, and he's also, created a system wherein that can move around. You feel what I'm saying? People believe in this. I don't, right? So for me, looking at somebody like that who's stressing out about it, all I'm really seeing is that somebody's choosing to occupy their mind with those thoughts that somebody created. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody's choosing to occupy their mind with those lower vibrational thoughts that somebody created to implement into the system. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm seeing it for exactly what it is. And I'm saying, yo, to be honest, even if you want to believe that whatever that, money is real, bills, all that shit is real, all you really got to do right now in this very moment is stop thinking about that shit. Take that out your mind and you'll start to feel better. You feel what I'm saying? And that's even hard for people to do because they make themselves believe that, oh, they're going to have to worry about it somewhere later down the line, right? But what you have to understand is that you gain nothing from making yourself stress or worry about something that hasn't even happened yet. You feel what I'm saying? As long as it's not walking up to you and happening to you, it's not real. You feel what I'm saying? So we're all running on subconscious programs of fight or flight because, and it's funny, I'm going to go into that. That's a whole different scientific topic, but it's like we're all running on programs of fight or flight 24 hours a day when it hasn't even walked up to us. Things like the phone bill, the electric bill, the rent, you feel what I'm saying? These are all things that are in our subconscious minds that we know we got to take care of. And those are driving thoughts of fear and emotions of stress and all of these things. And then it goes into your biology. Then it starts making you sick. Let me just give you a little thing that I learned last night. I'm going to put y'all on. Pete, check it out. If y'all listening. So I'm watching my man Bruce Lipton, right? He's a scientist. And he's really, coining the phrase epigenetics. You feel what I'm saying? He's coining the phrase epigenetics right now, and he's bringing the topic to light in popular culture. You feel what I'm saying? And I watched this video, and basically what he was saying is that, yo, like, what stress does to the human body is it clogs up the immune system. It makes the blood vessels tighten up, right? So now blood isn't flowing to this part of the body. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's tightening up all these, these blood vessels in this area, right? Because all you're focused on doing is running or fighting. You feel what I'm saying? So all the blood is going to your arms and your legs. Fight or flight. That's what's happening when you're under stress. What is it called? What's the hormone? I forgot. I think it starts with a C. You feel what I'm saying? But it's the hormone that's released. It's not chlorophyll. Something else. But it's a hormone. Starts with a C. I can't remember right now. But that's the reason why you look around at a lot of people, a lot of fat people, all their fat is in this area. You feel what I'm saying? Their arms and their legs are skinny, but this area, all nothing but fat. You feel what I'm saying? And the reason why that is because they're running on subconscious programs of fear. You feel what I'm saying? Fight or flight. So all the fat is, being accumulated in this area, and it's not being accumulated in the arms or the legs because they're being forced to tap into those subconscious programmings of fight or flight because they're feeling stress and fear and, all of these emotions that, that affect us on a primal level. You feel me? Yeah, and so I'm talking to this person and I'm trying to get them to see like, yo, you could easily stop stressing yourself out if you take these thoughts out of your brain. You feel what I'm saying? But I can understand why it's not as simple for somebody who, wants to like actually do. If you've been running on these programs for such a long time, if you've been running on the programs of like rent and bills and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like all these programs for so long, it's going to be hard for you to like, weed these out of your subconsciousness. You feel me? This actually takes a lot of work, especially for older people who've been running on these programs for a minute. You feel me? In order to develop a rich mind, it's not about money. It's not about having your bills paid. You feel what I'm saying? We have to understand that the system that we live in, this was created by some man. This was created by some guy who wanted to he's like, yo, how can I control all these people? Don't ask me why he had the thought of wanting to control niggas. You feel me? But it's like, he wanted to control a mass number of people. To be honest, actually, I know why. But it's like, we're not going to get into it. That's a whole other video. But it's like they wanted to do that. That was their intention, and they succeeded. And for somebody, usually it's the babies, you know what I'm saying? It's the kids who know that this is bullshit. That's why they're, when you listen to the music, it's all rebellious. And in these eras, you know what I'm saying? Like the 70s and in the hippie eras, all these other things, like you see the youth rebelling because when you come out of the womb, you're pure. You feel what I'm saying? You're a pure being. And you don't know the ways of the world yet. You feel what I'm saying? But the moment you come out the womb, somebody starts programming your subconscious mind with thoughts, teaching you how to work with society. You feel what I'm saying? Son, I could start spitting right now because I got so much information. It's crazy. And it's damn, but I want to focus on the topic. Poor mind, rich mind, poor mind, right? I hear somebody coming. Okay, whatever. All right, cool. The fuck is that noise? It's just disturbing me, like it's throwing off my focus. All right, whatever. So yeah, rich mind, poor mind. And it's like, yeah, son, right now, it's super difficult for people to take themselves out of that programming. And one thing that doesn't help, man, like there are certain things that reinforce these subconscious thoughts that we're being subjected to, right? You got things like media, you got things like social media, you got things like just the advertisements that you view on the train, or just certain words that people say, you know what I'm saying? Like, or even these ads right before the YouTube videos, like all of these things, man, that's why you gotta isolate. Look at where I'm at, man. I'm in the staircase, like, most of the time I'm alone, I'm dolly, because I don't want my mind to be programmed with the bullshit. Most people out here are not good for you, or they're not good for your mind, they're not good for your subconscious mind, none of that shit, you feel what I'm saying? So, I'm over here, you feel me, I'm with my guitar, like, I'm doing my art, practicing, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what I have to do so that I can, like, clear my mind and, like, just find a place where I can really be myself and like reprogram my subconscious mind so that I'm not running off an old habit that was programmed into me since I was like 7. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of these programs we're running on, like, this is another thing that Bruce Lipton said. He said, we're all running on theta mode. Theta mode is basically like a hypnosis mode. From the ages 1 to 7, all you're doing is observing, you know what I'm saying, your environment so that you know how to behave. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you come out of the womb, you have no knowledge of the world that you're in. You feel what I'm saying? So, your subconscious mind is just on theta mode, where it's just like observing and taking all the information in. But after 7, you start acting based off all that information that your subconscious mind has accumulated, right? And some people are so unaware of their subconscious mind that they just run on that programming forever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they just run on that forever. Like, and it's very easy to understand the world from ages 1 to 7, because first, your mind is very malleable, and you're getting your programming from whoever was like around you. You feel what I'm saying? So your parents are showing you how to behave. You feel me? From ages 1 to 7, you're taking in all the stimuli, and your parents are showing you. So that's why, I don't know if you guys have ever been to therapy, or if you ever just know anything about basic psychology, basic, you know what I'm saying, like psychoanalysis, like, you're running off the subconscious programming from when you were a child. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how fucking real it is, straight like that. You feel me? Like, there's no way around it. I'm not trying to prove nothing to you guys. This is science. You feel me? This is science. These are facts. You feel me? And once you start realizing that these are facts, like you start to understand that, all right, I have to acknowledge this, and if I want to start changing certain things in my subconscious mind, I have to learn how to tap into that. You feel me? And I could go into some of the ways, and I will, if somebody's listening, you can remind me, but I want to just focus on the distinction between the rich mind and the poor mind. And it's like, see, now somebody who has had their mind being, so let's say that your parent was abusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your parent was abusive when you were a young child, and you're literally picking up all that stimuli, that's just it, point blank. You feel me? No matter how pure you were, if you were witnessing that, you feel me? You could have had like a moment where, you know, you got some love and some comfort from somebody outside of your family who made you feel loved and like let you know that that wasn't good, but you still got that stimuli around you. So you have the potential to be abusive when you know, start to live your own life. You feel me? Hence why a lot of people who have been abused are the abusers. You feel me? Bullies have been bullied. People who have been sexually assaulted are the sexual assaulters. These are facts. You feel me? So you have to start assessing and, you know, looking back into your childhood at those traumatic moments or the things that you were just surrounded by. If you want to change certain things in your life. This was another interesting pointer that Bruce Lipton said. He said, if you're struggling in any area of your life, that's the area of your life where you're going against your subconscious programming. Listen, that was deep for a lot of you guys who want to change. You feel what I'm saying? Any area of your life where you're having trouble, that's the area of your life where you're going against your subconscious programming. So let's just use the same example. If you're abusive and and everybody you're with, they eventually leave you because you're just an abusive person because you were abused. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to disassociate yourself from that stimuli subconsciously so that you can, you know, actually be conscious of what's happening in your subconscious mind and place different thoughts there so that you can bring them forth in your conscious mind so that they can manifest in your life. You feel me? So if you've been abused and you're being abusive and all the people who are around you, you know, they want to get away from you, you know what I'm saying? Because you just very abusive, like you're going to want to, and you don't want this to happen, like you're actually a loving person, you don't understand why, like, you know, people don't want to be around you. You feel what I'm saying? They're explaining to you that you're abusive. You're like, how am I abusive? You feel me? Like, this is usually how it is, like, because it's subconscious. We don't see it. We don't understand. It's just a part of who we are. You know what I'm saying? Your subconscious mind is 90% of your brain. Remember that. And it's something that you can't see. So remember that. You feel me? A lot of the things that people are seeing of you, you may not even be aware of yourself. That's why you have to become aware of your own subconscious mind so that you can start changing these things, you know? Right? So it's like, once you start becoming aware of those areas in your life where you're having the most trouble, as far as like whether it be finding a relationship because people get away from you because you're super abusive, that's what you know you have to fix. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you understand, that you have to like actually go deep into your subconscious mind and find out that stimuli, that traumatizing thing that happened to your childhood, and then reprogram yourself. And now I'll go into the ways that you can do that. It's like one thing, very beautiful. I'm gonna put y'all on. You feel me? Like, follow me. You feel me? Like, yo, I'm gonna put y'all on. It's like, when we're asleep, right? That is when the subconscious mind is the most active. You feel me? The subconscious mind basically opens up when you're asleep. And that's when your mind is just taking in all. The subconscious mind is always active. You feel me? Like when you're out in the street and when you're on the train, you're taking in all those advertisements. You're looking at you're programming all these faces into your subconsciousness. It's always on. But it's like but it's sub. You know what I'm saying? It's sub. Like you're not aware of it when you're awake, right? When you're asleep, the only thing that's running is the subconscious mind. The moment you open your eyes, now you're conscious. You feel me? And the subconsciousness is put to the back. But when you're asleep, it's only subconsciousness. You feel me? So that's how you manifest dreams. That's why, you know, when you're asleep in your dreams, you see people that you recognize in your dreams because you've been picking up stimuli throughout your entire day and it's placing it in your dreams, right? So what you do, here's what you do to reprogram your mind. I'm going to put you on. Your subconscious mind, right? What you do is you go to sleep, you put your phone on, go on YouTube. There's this guy named Thomas Hall. He has a bunch of videos. Thomas Hall, right? On YouTube. He has these videos, right? Where it's like, I want to say, it says hypnosis, right? And I'll go into the definition of what that is. But basically what it is just a certain video where it just puts certain affirmations of whatever it is that you want to like be into your subconscious mind, right? So he has videos on like being more confident, you feel what I'm saying? Or being more assertive, or, you know, getting rid of negative thoughts, you feel what I'm saying? Like Thomas Hall, that is his name, you feel me? You go to sleep, you put that on right next to you. As you go to sleep, it starts to and depending on how open your subconscious mind when you are asleep, in order to know this, you got to go into astrology. Start looking up your astrology, look up your natal chart, look in your 12th house. That's your subconscious mind. You're going to start looking into that. You're going to see the nature of your subconscious mind, but we won't go into that. That's a different video. Put the video next to you, listen to that. That's 8 hours right there. You feel what I'm saying? That's 8 hours. He said, talk your shit. I love you, Quan. I love you, bro. You feel me? It's like, that's 8 hours right there. You feel what I'm saying? Of just you reprogramming your subconscious mind. There's only 8 hours in a day. You feel what I'm saying? 8 times 3, 24. 8 hours, most of y'all are going to work. You feel me? The other 8 hours, matter of fact, what is that? 9 to, I don't even work for people. So it's like, I love you, bro. It's like, I don't work for people, so I don't even understand the real time. But let's just say you work for 8 hours a day, right? A couple of those 8 hours is going to be you going to and from work. You feel what I'm saying? And whatever breaks in between, you feel what I'm saying? And then what, you come home, you may just want to relax. You might smoke a little weed. You feel what I'm saying? You may drink a little bit. You may watch some TV. So none of those 8 hours that's just you running on the program that you've been running since you were a child, because we all saw our parents get up and go to work. Like, we understand that's why we don't even fight it when we get to be that old. We just like, oh, I got to go to work. I got to make money. You feel me? But no, son, listen, no, you feel me? Like, rich people don't work. Remember that. Remember that rich people don't work. If you call yourself stacking up bread so you could blah, 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 you feel me? But it's like, no, rich people don't work, man. You feel me? Like that. This is the reason why the child of a rich family who's dumb as fuck, somebody like Donald Trump, can end up being super rich, because those tendencies of what rich people do are in his subconscious mind. So he just runs off that programming. You feel what I'm saying? But back to the hypnosis, right? It's like Thomas Hall. He got all types of videos. You want to be more. You don't want to be insecure no more. You want to be more confident. These are scientific facts. So you put these on every night, son, you're going to wake up, you're going to start going throughout your day, you're going to feel different. You're going to be like, oh shit, like, you know, and depending on the nature of your subconscious mind, you find this out by, you know, going into astrology, looking at what's in your 12th house, you're going to be able to work with your subconscious mind more efficiently. You feel what I'm saying? And you're going to be able to like really hone in and, you know, do some really assertive reprogramming. You feel me? A lot of us are, you know, running on programs that we're not even aware of. Somebody has to really put us on about it. You know what I'm saying? If nobody's ever been to therapy, if you haven't ever been to therapy but you know you got some issues, but you don't know exactly what it is, you know that you're not the happiest when you wake. Everybody should be happy. That's one thing. If you're not happy, period, I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care if it's that you're just not happy with your job. You're not happy that you're, you know, black in America. Like no human being should ever have a negative thought, period. So if people like to settle as they get older. They get older and they're like, okay, that's something I got to deal with. It's like, no, you feel me? No, you feel me? It's like, no fucking way. So that's the reason why I've been able to like do the things that I've been able to do, and like also maintain an even head and like, you know, maintain a positive attitude, because I always question things. I was always like, what the fuck? What? No, you feel me? Like I was always just super logical. And, you know, I assess my environment with great detail. You feel what I'm saying? And so once you start going into the sciences and you start understanding biology, you start looking around at people and you're like, damn. And I already know the people who feel me, they feel me, and they like, damn, yo, they talking some real shit. But see, they don't have as much time as I do to actually go into it. You feel what I'm saying? And like go online and look up the necessary, you know, topics that actually explain life. You feel what I'm saying? So for everybody watching, get your natal chart done. Go on grupovenus.com. Go on, what is it called? What's the other site? CafeAstrology.com. Look up your natal chart. For a lot of people, they might be listening. They're like, oh, you know, Cafe Astrology. Or astrology just in general. Like, that shit ain't real. That shit is a hoax, blah, blah, blah. All this other shit. Listen, I don't argue with people about what I know to be true. I don't do it. You feel me? But if you feel the conviction in my heart, and you know me personally, and you see what I'm doing throughout my life, and you're like, yo, like, I don't ever, you feel me? You can't pinpoint a point or just an example within my life where you see some fuck shit. You just can't do it. You can't, because I live my life by certain rules and morals and principles. You feel me? I've had my share of struggles and demons to overcome, just like everybody. But now I'm at a point where it's like, oh, y'all really had me fucked up, but now I know what's up. And I'm trying to share it with my people. You feel what I'm saying? I've never been afraid. You feel me? I've never been afraid to like speak the truth. You feel me? A lot of people are, you know, living their lives running on these programs, and they just robots. You feel what I'm saying? They just running off these programs, and I'm just looking at them like, you feel me? No, I'm not with it. You feel me? So back to the topic. It's like rich man, poor man. It starts here. It starts in the subconscious mind. You feel what I'm saying? Damn, I gotta start learning these terms more. You feel what I'm saying? That as I'm teaching you guys, I'm also learning as well, and I'm researching. You feel me? But I'm just putting it up for you guys. It's like you're being rich. It starts with your thoughts. Going back to the example I gave earlier, all money does is trigger that thought that makes you believe that this piece of paper has value. Do I have $1? I would just want to like pull it. Yeah, it's a better example. Let me pull out this shit for y'all. Oh my God, I'm gonna show y'all. All right, look, we got $1. We got $1, right? Just to like reiterate it, we got $1 right here, right? This shit, this is just paper. You feel what I'm saying? You show this to a baby, the baby is gonna be like, it may play with this for like a couple seconds, then it's gonna get boring. You feel what I'm saying? Like this, we're just human beings. You feel what I'm saying? This is just a piece of paper. You kill a tree, you make this. This is a piece of paper, right? Somebody has to teach you the value of this. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody has to teach you what the value of this is in order for it to be important to you, right? Once you have that programming going on, now when somebody gives this to you, and it's funny because the older you get, the more desperate you become for this. So this is on the floor, you feel what I'm saying? In front of you, an older person, niggas is gonna step on it, you feel what I'm saying? Because they understand the value, you feel me? But really all it's doing is triggering the thought. I'm telling you, a rich man, a rich person, they understand that. They understand the value of the thoughts that they carry around with, you feel them? That they carry around with them. A poor person is somebody who looks at the money and values the money more than they value the thought. You feel me? Because all the money is doing is giving you the freedom to have a different thought. See, once you have the money, now you can think about other shit, because when you don't have money, all you're thinking about is money. So you're like, oh, I need this money so I can do this. I need the money so I can do that. You feel me? But once you understand that, yo, the money isn't important, it's the thought. I need to think rich in order to get rich. Rich people don't work. Rich people don't worry about money because they have money. So you gotta think like you got money already. You feel me? People can't be walking up to you with money and you just like will do anything for a dollar bill, because they're looking at you like this nigga dumb. You feel me? Like, rich people don't work with people who are desperate for money. Rich people want to work with people who are rich up here as well. You feel me? And even if you're not rich, fit with this, you feel what I'm saying? First of all, if you have rich thoughts, the money's gonna come, period. You feel me? But once a rich person sees you, you may not have the money, but he's gonna see your mind. Because you have to remember, rich people don't walk around wearing Gucci and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you could look however the fuck you want to look when you rich in the mind. You feel what I'm saying? So you walking around, a rich person may see you. You feel what I'm saying? He looking at you. He like, yo, I relate to this person on a level because like his mind is similar to mine as far as like the thoughts that I choose to carry. And that's how people get funding. That's how people get money from other rich people. You feel what I'm saying? It's not because they're begging for it. Rich people don't give money to people who beg. You feel what I'm saying? That's not attractive. You feel me? It's like that's the difference between a rich man and a poor man. The rich man has rich thoughts. The rich man has high frequency thoughts. The poor man has negative thoughts, negative low frequency thoughts. You feel me? So that's exactly how the cookie crumbles, people. Like, if you want money, you gotta believe you already have it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and people could call it whatever they want. The power of belief, law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. Son, this is science. This is science. Once you start to understand the value of science, a lot of people who look like me, they weren't raised to believe that science is valuable. You know what I'm saying? And mathematics is valuable. You feel me? So I'm not even going to say everybody, but it's like, I know how people who look like me, like, I'm born and raised in Harlem. You feel what I'm saying? I look at people in my hood and I'm like, you not with it. You're not moving on this frequency. You feel what I'm saying? And that's because most people are living in poverty, but they think it's because of the poverty in their situation. It's like, no, poverty in the mind. Jay-Z came from Marcy Projects. You feel what I'm saying? Poverty. But because he chose his thoughts differently, because he invested his money wisely, because he did things that somebody who has a rich mind does, or who has riches does, that's the reason why he's in the position that he's in right now. You feel me? So, all of you guys who are watching, thank you for watching. You can take this exactly for what it is, because these are facts. I do my research. You feel me? I will be putting up more shit, and I just got so, like, this is especially for the people with melanin, like, no diss to the people who have less melanin. You feel what I'm saying? Because I love y'all just the same. But it's going to make it's going to really click. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that y'all the ones who need this information most. You feel what I'm saying? Because they got us trapped up here. They got us running off all these low frequency thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? And we think this shit is normal. It's like, no, son, we not supposed to be thinking the way we thinking. You feel me? So stay tuned. I love y'all. Y'all can follow me. Y'all, everything is Jalib Joe. JALIBJO. Instagram. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see everything. Much love to y'all. Hope y'all got a lot out of this video. If you learned something, just like, let me know. You feel what I'm saying? If this inspired you, whatever, put me on. You feel me? Because it helps me. You know what I'm saying? It helps me, like, want to do it more and share. I'm going to do it anyway just because I need to get this shit out. This is what be going on in my mind. I just want to share it with people. So, much love. Peace.